So we've spoken about Fu already. We've spoken about Vegeta, Rose, and Vegito. Next up is Broly. And then tomorrow's video is gonna be the Golden Cooler as well as the modified Janemba. Now I know I did put the comment down below thing, but trust me, I'm gonna go back and look at it. I promise you guys, I'm gonna go back and look at it. I just want to really get these Dragon Ball Heroes units out the way. I believe for now on, I'm gonna be doing unit reviews on new units. And then I'm gonna try to go ahead and backtrack to see what kind of comments you guys left on these videos. And I'm gonna try to squash them and get them out the way. Because, hey, I have a goal, and it's similar to the goal that I have for doing the custom card review, which I have not forgot. Listen, I have not forgot. I am still gonna be reviewing the cards that were sent to me. I'm gonna get to it eventually. I promised that I would read all those cards, and I'm going to go ahead and get to those when I get to them. So similar to my promise I made to get all those custom card reviews out the way, I'm gonna go ahead and try to get every unit in Dokkan reviewed. Yo, it's possible. I know you're probably looking at me like, no, Dad, that's bullshit. No, you're not gonna do that. Yes, I am. I'm gonna try my absolute best. And if I don't, you guys can fire at me, okay? I got my hands up. You can fire at me. But I'm playing. But I do want to go ahead and review every unit in Dokkan, as well as I want to get all the custom card reviews out the way. That's my two biggest goals right now. So let's talk about let's go and talk about Broly. Broly could do a lot of damage. Let's just go and put that out there. Broly could do a lot of damage. Right? Because when he sits right next to this guy, these two are gonna, they do a lot. Bro, they get 105% attack from Lynx. What? Guys, 105% attack from Lynx. That's almost like, bro. Do keep in mind, this guy gets 140%. No, that's his pre-EZA. Let's go and bring up Super Saiyan 4 Broly. I got it. Let me see his post-EZA real quick. Because when I talk about this guy, I have to talk about this guy. Yeah, 150% attack and defense on Super. We're only 45% attack off of this guy's attack and defensive buff on Super. That's ridiculous. I'm just going to put that out there. So, let's talk about Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Broly. Might I say, he looks really cool. I gotta say, this year's Heroes batch is my favorite Heroes batch. Like, easily. Last year's Hero batch, okay, I'm not the biggest Heroes guy. You guys know that. I've talked about this in the past. 2021's Heroes batch, alright. 2020s with the Super Saiyan 4 Vegito, I really did like Super Saiyan 4 Vegito. That was my last one I actually really liked. But this year's Heroes batch, I'm a huge fan of how aesthetically pleasing some of these card arts are. Because look at this guy's card art. It's cool. He's just hitting the ground. Like, literally like an earth-shattering punch. Nah, that sounds so crazy. But, Super Saiyan 4 Broly, what's the issue with this guy? I think the real issue with this guy, of course, number one, he has no extra layer of defensibility to fall back on. That's always going to be the thing until we move out of this defensive age that we have for Dokkan right now. An extra layer of defensive ability like guard, damage reduction, dodge is clearly important. You guys know that. We are literally in an age where we have our community, not everyone, okay, listen, not everyone, but for the most part in our community, people are looking for these extra layers of defensive ability. If you are not Blue Kaioken Goku, you're not able to blow the boss's HP off the map, then listen, it don't matter. Because this guy can do how many supers? He does his first super. He can do his second super from his passive, and he also does another super when he faces two or more enemies. So that's three supers right off the bat. Well, that's a additional super attack chance, but we're going hypothetical. So he does his first super. He does another from his passive. He does another one going against two or more enemies, and he launches another one when going against a Fused Fighters category enemy, and of course he gets a fifth one from his potential system. So this guy can do a quintuple? Is that a quintuple? It's 5 supers. I don't completely remember. But this guy can do up to 5 whole supers. He can do a lot of damage. He could, for sure. He sits right next to this guy. These two are a menacing, damaging rotation. So, the problem is, hang with me, problem is that when it comes to units that have this super crazy damaging rotation, the problem is that they get hit by a super, and people typically grade off the toughest fights in the game. Makes a lot of sense. I will never bash anybody over that. People will grade this off the toughest fights in the game. Guess what? You do all this damage, Zamasu hits you with a super, you're dead. Omega hits you with a super, you're dead. Right? Am I crazy? Does this guy die from a super from Omega? Guys, he only gained 30% defense for 4 turns. Right? That's 30% for 4 turns. I love his super attack effect, by the way. I wish it was attack and defense so he gets slightly a little bit more harder. But, hey, it is what it is. So, Broly, I like Broly, but they could have threw some damn destruction in. Like, they could have just did this guy like they did LR, what's his name? LR Jackie Chun, where if the enemy's hit by their super attack, they gain a certain amount of damage reduction. That would have fixed this guy. Give this guy 50% damage reduction when the enemy is hit by his super attack. We're good. Because guess what? This guy can shoot out up to 5 supers, but they are heavily restricted. That's another thing. Why is he so goddamn restricted? I mean, okay, this is pretty much unconditional, right? This is free just to get. And I do like that he's getting an attack and defensive buff when he's attacking, and he gets a defensive buff on super. So he does have good things about him. But the problem is that guaranteed super when facing multiple enemies. Guys, Dokkan, last time I checked, I say this all the time, 85% of the game is you going up against one enemy. So this is pretty much a niche scenario for this guy to be in already. Another thing, Fuse Fighters. I mean, you do technically have that little event with the I can't even remember the name of it. Let me just go ahead and bring it up. All events, you do have that one event where you go up against that Vegito that hits stupidly hard, and I believe he can have his attack debuffed. Where is it? Yeah, the Divine Wrath Immortal Will. I completely forgot the name of this event. I remember that it existed, but I just gotta check this out. Yeah, you technically do have a Fuse Fighter enemy you go up against. You have another one, that being this Zamasu over here too, but I mean, it's just, this is it. This is all this guy has. This guy, all he has to his name is a good super attack effect, a good start of turn attack and defensive buff, that being a 200% attack and defense with 3 key, of course, which is obviously nice, and also an attack and defensive buff when he attacks. That's good, for sure. But everything I highlighted, guys, I mean, the proof is in the pudding. They could have easily went ahead and just slapped on 50% damage reduction when the enemy's hit by this guy's super attack. Boom! This guy's good. Easily. That's all they had to do. All this other extracurricular bullshit that they have here when he goes against 2 or more enemies, a guaranteed super, and a Fuse Fighter enemy, he also launches another additional attack. There's a 70% chance to get a super attack. No one cares. Let's just go completely honest. I care. I love offense. You guys know this. But no one cares. Like, we have a defensive-oriented meta. It is what it is. When people look, i.e. on Twitter, or maybe on Reddit, for example. Well, more so Twitter, because Reddit, I'm not even gonna lie, I love the Reddit. I love the Dokkan. You guys show love on there. For those who watch me, you show love. More predominantly on Twitter with the agendas and all the other bullshit. You know what they're looking for? They're looking for damage reduction. They're looking for guard. They're looking for dodge. Let's not act like that's not what they're looking for. And if you are that person, there's not particularly an issue with it, sure. But, I mean, yeah, it's not an issue because that's the meta. It is what it is. But I think Dokkan should have went a different route. That's pretty much what I'm trying to say. The point is that Dokkan should have slapped him with some extra layer defensibility and we would have been looking good. Like, they could have easily gave him guard when you have a crossover category character attacking the same turn with him. That would have fixed him, right? Because he can already have some pretty high defense. No, this guy can do 5 supers, but he's just so weirdly restricted. So, how's this guy performing? I haven't got to use him too much, but I love when this guy does a lot of supers. That's just me though. So So long as this guy does not get touched, I feel like he could possibly skate by, but for Zamasu, those normals will cook this guy. This guy doesn't super first. The normals are cooking him. It is what it is. He gets hit by a super. You guys know. Omega hits him with a super. You guys already know. Those AoE normals just crumple units. AoE normals in tough fights just take a unit like this and turns him into paper mache. Like his shield is made out of paper. It literally what it is. So particularly when you want to run this guy in tough fights, I'm saying the word particularly a lot, excuse me, he's just gonna be looking a little funny. You just gotta watch him. So going on over to his best linking partner, I mean, this is ridiculous. This is just so goddamn good. This is 105% attack, 15 defense, and then 2 key. This is just, oh my god. The only issue is, okay, no, there is no issue, because I thought they had Berserker. Never mind. No, they can just get this off turn one. Oh my god. This rotation. I gotta go ahead and use this rotation tonight. Like, yo, I was using this guy right next to Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Xeno Vegito. So we're using this rotation tonight. I'm gonna have some fun. This is gonna be very fun. So how many 200 skills this guy's on? Let me go ahead. Do I have it brought up? I do. So he's on 8 200% leader skills. It seems that a good amount of these guys on here have 8 200% leader skills. That's good for sure. But Broly's issue, I would say his link set's all right. Saiyan Roar, good link. Prepare for battle, good link. Super Saiyan, of course, the standard run-of-the-mill attack link. Saiyan Warrior Race, they could have switched that out. Why does Broly not have big bad bosses? I just don't get it. It just doesn't make no sense. Is this guy not a big bad boss? This is so scary. If you see this guy running at you, like flying towards you at Mach 20 speed, super full power Saiyan for Limit Breaker Broly. Like, that's a whole tongue twister. I think that's really about it. Broly, best linking partner, is like, so long as the boss does not, I mean, I'm not even gonna lie, I have nothing more to say. We're not even gonna say no more. You guys get the gist. But I appreciate you guys for watching. You guys are the best. I'll catch you guys next video. I love you all. Peace.